Lieutenant Colonel Leo A. Martin, Jr., Commander of the 633rd Security Forces Squadron. Welcome to the retirement ceremony in honor of Military Working Dog Max, November 553. I am Staff Sergeant Quinn Pigg, 633rd Security Forces Kennel Master, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of the National Anthem by Senior Airman Samantha Snyder, followed by the invocation given by Chaplain Summerall.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I invite you to pray with me. God of all creation, Lord of all seasons of life, we are gathered here this day to pay tribute to Max, a member of our Air Force family who has faithfully served our country and its people for 12 years. As we participate in this ceremony, we are again reminded that everything we have is a gift from you. The gift of loyal service, of companionship, of hopes and joys, and much more. For all of this, we are thankful, and especially for the contributions of Max in service here at Langley and his deployments to Afghanistan, Iraq, Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. He has protected many, from the Commander-in-Chief to our airmen and their families. He asked for nothing more than the opportunity to work hard and serve fearlessly by day and night, in danger and in peace. We ask your blessing upon him as he departs from active duty. Continue to bless his life and the Pontello family, who have lovingly agreed to adopt him and give him a much-deserved home in retirement. In your almighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Senior Airman Snyder and Chaplain Summerall. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, we would like to extend a special welcome to Lieutenant Colonel Martin's wife, Aya, Staff Sergeant Pontello's wife, Melissa, his daughter Nadia, and his father Carmen. We would also like to recognize the special guests we have here today: Commander 633rd Air Base Wing, Colonel Sean K. Tyler. From the Hampton Police Department, Assistant Chief Orion Gallup. Representing the 633rd Mission Support Group, Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Brooks. From the Fort Eustis 3rd Military Working Dog Detachment and the 633rd Security Forces Military Working Dog Section. Finally, we welcome all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, co-workers, and friends who have taken time out of their day to share in this special occasion. We're here today to honor Military Working Dog Max, November 553. He has given unwavering dedication and distinguished service to the United States Air Force for 12 years. He has risked his life to save others without thinking of possible outcome of giving the ultimate sacrifice. He can be inches away from harm and show no fear. He is a key part of the U.S. military, and this retirement is a milestone which very few military working dogs will ever experience. It is an honor bestowed upon those few canine partners who have given the greatest portion of their lives in service to their country. As he retires from the United States Air Force, we look back on his journey to the 633rd Security Forces Squadron and his own individual accomplishments. This afternoon, we give merit to our beloved co-worker and friend. MWD Max is a Belgian Malinois who started his career at Lackland Air Force Base, Texas in 2009. Upon graduation from the Department of Defense Dog Training School, Max was assigned to the 633rd Security Forces Squadron at Langley Air Force Base. Thereafter, he has been a valued team member to 11 military working dog handlers as an explosive detector and patrol dog. MWD Max selflessly worked at Joint Base Langley Eustis, defending the base, its people, and resources daily. During his tenure at Langley, MWD Max deployed once to Qatar, once to Iraq, twice to Afghanistan, twice to Kuwait, and once to United Arab Emirates. Max has traveled to numerous locations of the United States in support of the President, fortifying the protection of the United States Commander-in-Chief. Staff Sergeant Carmen Pontello, Max's former handler and adopter, will now read a poem titled, "We Fear None."
Sit. My eyes have seen many things in the darkness of the night, some of which you never saw as you held my leash so tight. I protected you, and as a team, we feared none. My eyes have heard the sounds of many things that made you freeze at night. You trusted me and used my pointed ears as battle sights. I protected you, and as a team, we feared none. Over the years, many have held my leash, several of which held it tight, and several of which held it loose, and few who held it tight. No matter how you choose to keep me, I protected you, and as a team, we feared none. I have heard the highest praise and felt the heaviest correction. Regardless the tone of your voice or the weight of your correction, I protected you, and as a team, we feared none. When evil crossed our path, I never backed down. I will fight to the end. My loyalty to you is unconditional. I protected you, and as a team, we feared none. Many years had passed. My muzzle is now full of gray. When it is time to face my final battle, let me keep my pride. Know that I loved no other place than that by your side. When it is all said and done, remember the battles that we've won. Never forget that I protected you, and as a team, we feared none.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant Pontello. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Leo A. Martin, Jr.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. What a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Couldn't even order it any better. Colonel Tyler, Assistant Chief Gallup, Lieutenant Colonel Brooks, thanks for attending. Commanders, security forces, everybody, you know, when I woke up this morning, I kept thinking to myself, you know, today I'm going to do a retirement, but it's going to be a special retirement, something that we probably only do once in a career. I'm going to get to retire Max. So I have the distinct honor and privilege of providing a few words about this extraordinary airman called Max. Now, Max may look a little different, he may walk a little different, but his commitment to the safety of his fellow airmen is beyond reproach. Max is a dying breed of canine we know as war dogs. Dogs in warfare have a long history starting in ancient times, although they weren't officially recognized until World War II. Back in 1942, the Marine Corps fielded experimental dogs units across the Pacific Theater. This program was aimed at training a battalion of dogs to lead Marines in a possible amphibious assault on the Japanese mainland. Although the assault never took place, the capabilities brought to the table by the canines forged their path to military service today. Now, if you're wondering what is so amazing about our canines, I can tell you that their sense of smell is about 40 times that of a human being. The handlers have a great way of explaining it to me in the simplest terms. Us humans see a hamburger, and we smell a hamburger. And sometimes we smell some onions if there's a lot of them on it. A military working dog can smell the bun, the meat, the lettuce, the tomato, the pickles, onions, salt and pepper individually. This is why they can sniff out drugs hidden among coffee or explosives hidden in crates. They are truly incredible. Oh yeah, and if you didn't shower today, they can probably smell that too. There is an unspeakable bond that is created between a working dog and their handler. And it's the love of a ball or Kong, along with the handler's heartfelt praise, which drives a working dog to find those drugs or explosives. The dog's love of the Kong is absolutely crucial in motivating the animal to work as hard as it needs in order to save lives in combat. Also in tradition, every military working dog is a non-commissioned officer, and always one rank higher than their handler. This was put into place so that handlers would not disrespect or mistreat their canine. As Max completes his service commitment today, he has earned the right of honorable living out the rest of his life as a retired military working dog. As we've heard, Max's career includes 7 deployments, including 1 to Iraq and a couple to Afghanistan, where he's been part of firefights and has some real-world explosive finds. This saving countless lives. It is estimated a fully trained bomb dog is worth over $150,000 and has an accuracy of 98% detecting explosives. On any given day, a handler would say the work of their dog is priceless. As quoted by General David Petraeus, the capability they bring to the fight cannot be replicated by man or machine. By all measures of performance, their yield outperforms any assets we have in our inventory. Here at Joint Base Langley, Eustis, Max has supported 3 air shows and numerous U.S. Secret Service taskings protecting all the way to the President of the United States. Back in 2000, President Clinton passed Robbie's Law, which allows handlers and families to adopt military working dogs at the completion of their service. Before 2000, canine were considered military surplus equipment and deemed unfit to adjust back to civilian life. But thanks to this act today, we honor the service of Max, and he will be released to his new family and former handler, the Pontellos. With that said, I think it's time for him to be able to rest and to enjoy the rest of his life. So we will press on and retire Max.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Martin. Staff Sergeant Pontello and Max, would you please join Colonel Martin for the decoration presentation and reading of the retirement order. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Attention order. This is to certify the Air Force Achievement Medal has been awarded to Max November 553 for meritorious service 9 February 2010 to 23 April 2019. Military Working Dog Max distinguished himself by meritorious service as a patrol and explosive detector dog. 633rd Security Forces Squadron, 633rd Mission Support Group, 633rd Air Base Wing, Joint Base, Langley, Eustis, Virginia. MWD Max conducted over 3,000 random anti-terrorism measures, searching 13,400 and providing 3,200 hours of counter-explosive and patrol support in the warfighting mission, protecting billions of dollars in DoD assets and 50,000 civilian personnel. He was called upon on numerous occasions by the President of the United States, as well as multiple and local federal law enforcement agencies for explosive detection support. During these missions, MWD Max conducted over 80 hours of sweeps covering venues and routes. Furthermore, MWD Max conducted multiple combat missions throughout Kandahar and Parwan Province, Afghanistan. His keen ability to detect buried threats helped save countless lives. The distinctive accomplishments of Military Working Dog Max reflects great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Lieutenant Colonel Martin will now retire Military Working Dog Max, November 553.
Publish the order.
Attention order. By order of the Department of Defense Military Working Dog Program, Max, November 553, is retired from active duty as of 23 April 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, Staff Sergeant Pontello will now read a letter from one of Max's previous handlers, Staff Sergeant Adrian Dupuy, whom is currently deployed.
Staff Sergeant Dupuy was Max's handler from July 2012 to August 2013. He writes, Max, in my biased opinion, is the perfect working dog. He's so relaxed at all times that he'd probably begin to question he'd be able to perform when the time comes. But the answer is yes. And he answered that with a yes every time. Whether it was charging at local national, fighting an airman during a snap TCP, locating a suspected spotter for an IED to injure a Red Bull airman, or even just a simple sign of energy and focus that would come out of the sleepy and loving pup as soon as it's time to put in work. Max could truly do it all. My time holding his leash and letting him do what he did best was the best time I had in my Air Force career. He taught me a lot about myself and about the canine world. I'm extremely happy that it finally get the couch he deserves. That was from Adrian Dupuy. I also wrote something about my time with Max. It reads, Max is truly a special dog. I remember when I first met Max. To be honest, I was a little intimidated. He always presented himself like he was in charge and would never let anyone back him down. When I first started working with him, I was told Max is a Cadillac, and it's up to me to figure out how to drive him. That became more and more evident as we grew as a team. I learned to trust him, and he learned to trust me. Things really started to click, and we became unstoppable. In the time we deployed, my daughter, she was only 6 months old. Whenever I was missing my family, I knew I could go back to Max's kennel. I had not only a partner, but a brother. Max was always there for me. His constant joy and always being happy to see me was a reoccurring reminder that I was never alone. When it was time for work, you would see this loving pup turn it on. He always had my back, and I would do my best to have his. I'm so happy to see Max retiring. He sacrificed so much in these last 12 years that I'm happy to finally be able to relax. If I had an hour to talk about Max, it wouldn't be enough. He means so much to me that I can't put it into words. Just know I love you, buddy. And I can't wait for our next on the couch.
I anticipate them at every opening of the door. You are the voice of caring when I am ill, the voice of authority when I have done wrong. Do not chastise me unduly, for I am your right arm, the sword at your side. I attempt to do only what you bid of me. I seek only to please you and remain your favorite. Together, you and I shall experience a bond only others like us will understand. When outsiders see us together, their envy will be measured by their disdain. I will quietly listen to you and pass no judgment, nor will your spoken words be repeated. I will remain ever silent, ever vigilant, and ever loyal. When our time together is done, and you move on in the world, remember me with kind thoughts and tales. For a time we were unbeatable. Nothing passed us undetected. If we should meet again on another street, I will gladly take up your fight. I am a police working dog, and together we are guardians of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and distinct honor to introduce to you for the first time Military Working Dog Max, November 553, United States Air Force, retired. Congratulations, Max. The men and women of the United States Air Force are proud to have served with you and wish you and the Pontola family much happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party.